you. So I want you all to come on in. Welcome into the Lioness Den. You already know we're here on weekdays, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, flynubianqueentv.com, which is our YouTube channel. So we have some things to talk about. We've been covering things around the election. We've been talking about candidates. Last week, I went in on Elizabeth Coney Barrett and how she claimed that she and her 17-year-old adopted Haitian daughter, who is Black, of course, cried about George Floyd. Then we went into some work that she did in a court decision that she wrote that actually said that the N-word did not automatically constitute a hostile work environment for a Black complainant. So there's a whole bunch of things we've been talking about. We also went in extensively to defend our brother Ice Cube. Shout out to our brother Ice Cube, who is advocating unapologetically for an exclusively Black agenda for those of us whose ancestors can be traced back to chattel slavery in the concept of the United States of America. So shout out to him. We've been exposing this toxic femininity and toxic, I will call it, white supremacist feminist agenda that continues to try to pit Black men against Black women, et cetera, et cetera. But today, B1, I see y'all coming in, giving me a B1 salute. This is a Black First Space. But today we're going to talk about P. Diddy and his independent political party that he's talking about. We're going to talk about why P. Diddy months ago or a while ago told Black folks to hold our votes in exchange for demanding a Black agenda for the for the Biden campaign. And then he walked that back, I believe it was last week, and he's telling Black folks to vote Democrat. And he said that he's doing this independent Black party, which is going to focus exclusively on a Black agenda. P. Diddy is now saying that it would be irresponsible of him to use his platform to tell Black people to not vote. And I guess, he also stated, not I guess, he stated that he's afraid that we're on the verge of a race war, okay? And that a race war would ensue should Donald J. Trump, the Antichrist, gets elected. So we're gonna talk about all of these things. I'm not understanding why grown Black men with testosterone and testicles are afraid in any way of a Donald Trump administration or are afraid. We need a warrior class, and unfortunately we don't have that far and wide. And a lot of people who have larger platforms who are Black men, who are cowering to white supremacy and claiming that they're afraid of a Trump administration, that they are afraid of in fear of their lives, just goes to show that folks ain't really built to fight against racism and white supremacy and anti-Black racism. And I'm starting to question people's consistency and commitment, and commitment in terms of replacing a system of anti-Black racism with a system of justice. So I have a lot of things to say about this. I want y'all to come on into the Lioness Den. You already know we're here. Again, like I said, weekdays, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, normally at flynubianqueentv.com. Which is our YouTube channel, but you also want to make sure that you are signed up and subscribe to us on iTunes as well as Facebook and YouTube. All right. Be sure to text the word Queens to 31996. That's Queens with an S to 31996. Oh, I do see that an alert went out today. I see y'all are coming into the Lioness Den heavy. Give me a B1 salute and let me know what city y'all are coming in from. And also, somebody just said Diddy is a Democrat simp. Interesting. So look, before I share my screen, I'm going to read the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. Be sure to hit that like button and hit that notification bell. Make sure you subscribe to us as I'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen. Now, these things are just really interesting. I just cannot, I don't know. Everybody ain't built the same way. Everybody is not built the same way. Listen, if you say you're going to do X, do X. If you say you're going to do Y, do Y. Do people change their minds? Can people change their perspectives and stuff? Yes, absolutely. But you can't Diddy, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, or whatever. You can't use your platform to try to mobilize people in one direction. Hold your vote, you know, so we can, you know, get a Black agenda. Well, that's been nice. It's nice that you said that, but it actually defeats the purpose if you're going to, under pressure and closer to the election, demand and beg Black people to vote for Joe Biden. You know damn well that he is also an anti-Black racist. You know damn well what the 1994 crime bill did. You know damn well of the statements and the things that he's done to the Black community and the policies that he's written, co-signed, and just continuously like advocated for. You know that. But then I guess all of that is supposed to go out the window. We're supposed to just vote Democrat. FOH. But either way, I digress. Now I read the copyright disclaimer and I see y'all coming into the Lioness Den. Shout out to y'all. All right, shout out to y'all. Let me go ahead and close that. I don't want to see that. All right, so this is from News One. It said Diddy warns of a race war as he launches new political party to get Trump out of office. Our Black Party is, quote, a platform to help advance a political agenda that addresses the needs of Black people, end quote. That's the subtitle. This was posted on October the 16th, and the writer is Bruce C.T. Wright. All right, now, I don't know if y'all knew this or if people are oblivious to the fact that, like, we've been in a race war. We have been in a race war. But either way, this is P. Diddy. Oh, and by the way, there was something circulating in the past week, of P. Diddy being laid up on a beach somewhere and he has a new boo and it's some white Australian chick with a whole bunch of tattoos going up and down her body. I don't know if that's his new girlfriend or his new fling or whatever, but again, I just found that to be really interesting. I see that at the same time he's telling people to vote Democrat, and yet he's claiming that he wants to create a political party for Black, an independent political party for Black people, and that we have to vote Trump out and all of this stuff. It just sounds like a bunch of confusion, and I don't know if internally he's confused, but let's see what the hell this article is talking about. Shout out to y'all. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you text the word Queens to 31996. Shout out to the moderators in the house. Text the word Queens with an S to 31996. That way you'll get notified when we do go live and when the other queens go live. Look, Sean Diddy Combs is expanding his political endeavors by launching his new Our Black Party, in part to prevent Donald Trump's re-election. So this is not, so again, listen, I talk about voter apathy all the time, what motivates voters and how to empower voters. I've been having this conversation nationally with some really big influencers within the DNC, the Black church, you know, other organizers, etc. One of the things that I don't like is how people try to scare Black people into voting a particular way. So for me, it is not empowering. I am not motivated to vote against someone, right? I'm not motivated to vote out of fear. I'm not motivated to vote just to get someone else out of office. But what I am as a Black voter motivated to do is to vote in exchange for something that's going to empower me as a Black person and my good old Black community in exchange for our vote. So the first sentence, and if the premise of him starting a Black independent political party is just to get Trump out of office, I'm not personally motivated to support that. But I'm going to go ahead. Let's just go ahead and see what he's talking about. Hit the like button, y'all. All right. It says Sean Diddy Combs is expanding his political endeavors by launching his new Our Black Party, in part to prevent Donald Trump's re-election. The mogul expressed urgency during his announcement Friday and warned in a tweet that America, quote, is on the verge of a race war, end quote. Well, I just told y'all that America, Black people, we have already been in a race war. A race war has been waged against us for at least the last 500 years in this concept of the United States of America. Shout out to shopfnq.com for this mug though. Shout out to CD Till and everybody else in the chat. I see y'all. Hey, Kathy BB1. So look, Diddy, of course, is no stranger to politics, having launched his Vote or Die platform more than a decade ago. Y'all remember that Vote or Die platform when it was like, our ancestors died for us to vote, which is a lie. which is also disrespectful to our ancestors. And he was like, the vote or die platform, which is like, vote because your life depends on it. This is the most important election of our time. Well, every 4 years, everyone always says that this is the most important election of our time and your life depends on who you vote for. Again, more fear-mongering tactics. Either way, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I see y'all coming in here heavy. We just now getting started. I ain't even go in yet. It says, Diddy, of course, is no stranger to politics, having launched his Vote or Die platform more than a decade ago. His TV network, Revolt, has also been home to a series of riveting panel discussions centered on elections in recent years. But after he recently threatened to mobilize Black voters and hold their support at the polls hostage unless a candidate directly addressed their needs, Diddy said Friday that he realized such an approach was quote unquote irresponsible and instead opted to launch Our Black Party to quote make sure going forward we are doing what it takes to own our politics, end quote. So this is a tweet. Okay, this is some tweets from Diddy on the 16th of October. The number one priority is to get Trump out of office. He has to go. We can't allow this man to continue to try to divide us. The people that have the most responsibility should be scared to death of this man are white people. We are on the verge of a race war. Diddy also tweeted, things have got too serious. It would be irresponsible of me to have us hold our vote hostage, but it will also be irresponsible of me to let this moment go and not make sure going forward we are doing what it takes to own our politics. I'm owning my politics right now. I own my politics each and every day. You know what I'm saying? I go to bed in integrity with myself, with my Black self, my Black community, and my Black integrity. But either way, I digress. Shout out to y'all coming in. Make sure you hit that like button. According to its website, Our Black Party is committed to creating an agenda and elevating policies and people focused on Black liberation. With this agenda, we will energize voters, current and new, reframe the national political landscape, and reshape culture for the benefit of Black people, end quote. It is based upon 10 pillars: defunding the police. I would like to see policing as we know it abolished. I say abolish the MFs, but anyway. It says based on the website and the platform and the Independent Black Political Party, it is based upon 10 pillars, right? It says defunding the police, guaranteed income for all, decriminalizing poverty, addressing racism in healthcare, growing Black businesses, electing, quote, at least 1,000 Black people to positions of power at every level of government that support the Black agenda, end quote. The creation of cabinet level, quote, equity officers, end quote, in each state to ensure that all state programs are developed with an equity and justice lens. High quality and affordable education, marijuana legalization, and closing the racial wealth gap. Okay, that's a lot. It says Our Black Party is led by young Black elected officials and activists like Candace Hollingsworth, the mayor of Hyattsville, Maryland, and Wes Bellamy, the retired vice mayor of Charlottesville, Virginia. Both serve as national co-chairs of Our Black Party alongside 3 other people: Stephanie Morales, the Commonwealth attorney in Portsmouth, Virginia; Leah Webb, a retired counselor in Binghamton, New York; and Rashad Lambert, founder of Forbes, The Culture. Okay. So this is a little video here. I can play that in just a moment, maybe. It says in introducing Our Black Party, Diddy also offered his endorsement of Joe Biden. Quote, we need to get Biden in and hold him accountable, end quote. Diddy also tweeted Friday morning, Trump has taken things too far. As Black people, we aren't even a topic of real discussion. We can no longer stand for doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. That's insanity. It's time we unify. He stressed that the ultimate goal of Our Black Party is to have a plan of action that actually prioritizes Black people politically and socially. I support that. And it says the mission is to create a platform to help advance a political agenda that addresses the needs of Black people. I support that as well, y'all. Diddy tweeted, quote, so going forward, we aren't in the same position we are in today, end quote. I support that. It also goes on to say he encouraged people to visit ourblackparty.org to learn more. Diddy joined fellow hip hoppers Ice Cube and Kanye West as high profile rappers who have injected themselves into this highly charged election season. The only difference is that he wants Biden to win the election, while Ice Cube and Kanye have aligned themselves with Trump's Republicans. See that last statement? That last sentence is highly deceptive. It's highly deceptive. And so I'm not understanding why this publication, News One, would say that, because that is false. Now, we already know that our brother Ice Cube has gone on the record multiple times. He even went on CNN with Chris Cuomo last week to say he hasn't aligned himself with anybody. He's not supporting him. He's not supporting Trump, and he's not supporting Biden. He is willing to sit down and meet with both of the administrations. However, Biden said that they will meet with him after the election, and someone from the Trump administration has met with him to talk about the the contract with Black America that Ice Cube and others have put together. So it is highly deceptive for News One to say Diddy joined fellow hip hoppers Ice Cube and Kanye West as high profile rappers who have injected themselves into this highly charged election season. Notice they use the term injected themselves, but whatever. It says the only difference is that he wants Biden to win. The only difference is that P. Diddy wants Biden to win the election, while Ice Cube and Kanye have aligned themselves with Trump's Republicans. Ice Cube did not align himself with Trump's Republicans. He wants anyone to take on the contract with Black America. So he has not aligned himself with Trump. They need to stop lying on the brother. Stop lying on the brother. All right. So this is more propaganda. This is more propaganda and fear mongering tactics. You know, for me, really, they're trying to malign Black folk and accuse them of aligning themselves with Trump, when in fact, you know, folks are being independent and consistent and holding a hard line. Listen, we want policies that are going to empower Black people, period. We're not talking about, like Ice Cube said, we don't want policies that's going to empower people of color or minorities or any other group. None of that, just Black people whose ancestors have originated, you know, were impacted by and were enslaved on these plantations in America, period. Right? So look, I don't even know if I want to play this advertisement, quite frankly, but I do want to pull up the chat and see what y'all are saying about this so far. Shout out to y'all. If you're just tuning in, I'm Jade Arundel, aka Lioness Crowned, your revolutionary, unapologetically Black African host right here at flynubianqueen.com, the network for melanated women and men like you. Guess what? So look, the All Black National Convention is happening this week. It starts on October the 23rd. We're going to go through the weekend, and I will be speaking on 2 panels. We have so many wonderful speakers. Of course, our sister Vicky Dillard. We got our brother Tariq Nasheed. You already know Dr. Boyce Watkins. This is his event, the 5th annual All Black National Convention. Unfortunately, it's virtual this year, but fortunately too, because that gives access to more people around the planet to participate. So y'all need to go over to allblacknationalconvention.com and sign up. Make sure you sign up. Okay. We got Julian Gordon. We got Constance Carter. We got, y'all need to be there. We got Dr. Ava Muhammad. We got, you know, folks for the NOI, Brother Student Minister Nuri Muhammad. So many people are going to be at this year's All Black National Convention. So many names. Yes, Solo Dolo says, looking forward to it. I see y'all in here heavy. I see y'all in here. So look, we have other articles and things to share. So this is a same story, but out of Gossip. And I want to remind y'all to visit shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. Now look, this is out of Gossip. It says, take that. Diddy launches Our Black Party to push political agenda. Says if Trump wins, he believes there will be a race war. Well, breaking news. We've been in a race war, brother. We have been in a race war. And again, look, and let me give this disclaimer as well. I am in no way undermining P. Diddy's efforts to create an independent Black political party. I might even, end up supporting it. I would have to really look through the agenda of it and with a fine-tooth comb and see exactly what they've created already, what may change with it, how it would develop and stuff over time, who else would jump on and like support it or whatever, and figure out if this would be a good fit for me. So I'm not saying that his party, his Black party or our Black party is a bad idea. I believe that we do need to be independent, which is why after this election cycle, I am done with the Democratic Party. Like, I'm going to follow in the footsteps of my father and be an independent. My dad was my pops was an independent my entire life, actually. And so, he's been on that, like the self-determination, and, we need to do something for ourselves. And, we need to make sure we're maximizing our political influence to advocate for a Black agenda is something that has already been ingrained in me. And y'all may not know this, but my pops was also an organizer. This is where I get my like rah, let's get in, let's strike, let's boycott, let's negotiate contracts and all of that stuff. My pops was a labor organizer. Oh, shout out to Yahiri Yabin Israel for your generous contribution to flynubianqueen.com. We really, really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for investing in Black news media. Now look, it says, take that. Diddy launches our Black political party to push Black agenda. Says if Trump wins, he believes there will be a race war. Okay. And so these are photos. I wanted to show this because these are photos from Diddy's Vote or Die campaign, which was over like 10 years ago. And, it goes into this article, links to another article of when Diddy actually said that we need to be holding our vote. So I can put this article in the chat. I'll make sure I put this one in the News One article in the chat. And I also wanted to show y'all this. So this is from April 29th, 2020, y'all. April 29th, 2020. It says bad boy politics. They made up a word, like Black politics, but politics. Bad boy politics. Diddy is holding the Black vote hostage until Joe Biden adopts Black agenda, blocks Kenny Burns for disagreeing. That was April 29th, 2020. And then on Friday, October 16th, 2020, Diddy walked that back and is now telling us to vote for Biden to get Trump out of office. He's saying this after shout out to our brother Ice Cube, took both parties to task to advocate for his contract with Black America. This is after Joe Biden's camp told Cube that he will meet with him about a Black agenda and the contract with Black America after the election. After all of that, Diddy comes out on Friday, October the 16th, and says, we got to vote Trump out. Make sure you vote for Biden. It will be irresponsible for me to use my platform to tell Black people to hold their vote. However, we got receipts on this, and he already knows. On April 29th, this article came out, and it says Diddy is holding the Black vote hostage until Joe Biden adopts Black agenda, blocks Kenny Burns for disagreeing. And so you mean to tell me, bruh, you didn't have the fortitude? Let me unshare my screen right quick. Shout out to everyone in the line and saying, y'all, make sure y'all text the word Queen to 31996. Hit that like button. Diddy. I admire what you have done, the contributions you have made to the Black family. Let me just start there. I salute you for the work you've been doing with Revolt TV. I salute you for, even advocating and speaking up on Black issues. It's greatly appreciated. I support you, and I thank you for after the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's address on July 4th was blocked from many mainstream news media outlets for coverage that you supported. I thank you, and I commend you for supporting our brother Nick Cannon after that fiasco that happened this year with the Jewish community. And you say, you know what, you can come work with me over here. So, I am not in any way dismissing our brother Diddy. So just hear me loud and clear. When you do right by us, we're going to do right by you. Thank you. And bruh, the fact that, you back in April was saying that we should hold our vote until Biden adopts a Black agenda, right? And then now you're walking that back. Basically, what that does is it undermines those of us who are supporting you, saying, yeah, that's right, we're going to hold our vote until we get a Black agenda. One. Two, what it does, because we still have time until the election, it takes pressure off of the Biden administration, right, to actually enact a Black agenda, because they're like, you know what, see, these Negroes going to vote for me anyway, because we own them. We, the Democrats, own them. And as Joe Biden said, Joe Crime Bill Biden, Vice President Joe Crime Bill Biden stated, you ain't Black if you don't vote for me. If you don't vote for me, you ain't Black. He had the gumption, the nerve, the balls to tell that to our brother Charlemagne the God. So by you doing this, Diddy, it actually reinforces the idea that Black people are indebted to the Democratic Party, and that we don't have to negotiate or demand anything for our vote, that we're going to vote for these people and hope and pray and hope that they do right by us. It's counterproductive. It sends mixed messages. It's counterproductive in that it does not lead us closer to our goal of getting tangibles in exchange for our vote. It actually, it just sets us back. It sets us back, quite frankly. And so this is why I'm bringing this to the attention of the family, because some people are confused about what, our Black party is about. And they're kind of like, well, didn't you say that Black people, that you're going to hold your vote, that we should hold the Black vote hostage until Joe Biden adopts a Black agenda? Didn't you say that several months ago? And so now that it's election time, you're telling us to do the opposite. That's not how Black empowerment works. You have to have fortitude. That's when in my show, I said, we will defeat this beast through fortitude, preparedness, and collectivism. Fortitude meaning the strength of mind, being strong-minded, unapologetically Black, advocating for Black first issues, despite what the world, what the mainstream, what the status quo tells you to do or wants you to do or instructs you to do. You have to have fortitude, right? And with that comes courage. And so by bowing out at the last minute, it actually makes you look weak, Diddy. It makes you look weak. In my humble opinion, it makes you look weak. And it seems like you're cowering and submitting to white dominance, white control. And it's not a good look. Warriors don't do that. We need a warrior class of Black men who are going to actually stand up and be consistent. Now, somebody said hashtag cancel Diddy and DL Hughley. DL, that's a whole next conversation. I'm not saying cancel. I'm personally not saying cancel Diddy. I also see dangers in cancel culture as, in general, right? I can't dismiss the brother for completely over this what he has done and is able to contribute in other ways to our community. I think that we should be more willing and ready to cancel white folks and white supremacies and our open enemies. Like, I have no problem with saying cancel J.W. Lucas or cancel DJ Vlad and like all of these other suspected white supremacists and culture vultures. You know what I'm saying? But Diddy is my brother. So I'm saying, brother Diddy, this actually is counterproductive and it's not a good look for the community. I'm not telling nobody to cancel nobody right now during this commentary, but I'm pointing out the fact that this is counterproductive. So this is the article that came out on April 29th, 2020. Thank you all for liking. Thank you all for sharing this broadcast. Now look, again, bad boy politics. Diddy is holding the Black vote hostage until Joe Biden adopts Black agenda, blocks Kenny Burns for disagreeing. Yeah, this is Kenny Burns. All right, it says Diddy and longtime friend Kenny Burns appear to have hit the skids last night over a disagreement about voting, specifically voting for Joe Biden. The bad boy boss took to Instagram yesterday to post a video with the caption, quote, "Attention to all, the Black vote will not be free this year," end quote. Excuse me. In the clip, Sean Combs is talking to Naomi Campbell and tells her that he is holding the Black vote hostage until Joe Biden meets an ambiguous list of demands ambiguous. Anyway, we're clear on what we're demanding as Black folk, but this is gossip, by the way. This is faux Black media. Faux, yeah, I said it. F-A-U-X. Faux as in fake. But it says in the clip, Sean Combs is talking to Naomi Campbell and tells her that he is holding the Black vote hostage until Joe Biden meets an ambiguous list of demands and adopts a Black agenda. Essentially, it sounds like Diddy is no longer hashtag vote or die. He's hashtag vote if old boy makes promises. They're so shady. That's why I don't really read these little fake, snarky, nasty publications, these fake Black folk. But anyway, so this is what Diddy tweeted, and this is what Diddy tweeted. Let's see if it'll play. If it doesn't play, I'm going to continue on. And in the meantime, y'all, shout out to y'all for tuning into the Lioness Den.
The Black vote is not going to be for free. We're going to have to see some promises. You know, what are we getting in return for our vote? Nothing has changed for Black America. And in order for us to vote for Biden, we can't be taken for granted like we always are because we're supposed to be Democrats or because people are afraid of Trump. It's whoever's going to take care of our community, whoever wants to make a deal. It's business at this point. You know, we can't trust politicians, you know, so we want to know very clearly, just like Trump made it clear that he wanted to build a wall, Biden needs to make it clear that he's going to change the lives and quality of life of Black and brown people, or else he can't get the vote. I will hold the vote hostage if I have to.
You said it here, said it first.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
So interesting, right? Notice he said Black and brown people. Notice he said Black and brown people. Right? He didn't just say Black people. He said Black and brown people. And just so we're clear, if you don't know who I am, I'm Jade Arendelle, aka Lioness Crown, your revolutionary, unapologetically Black African host right here at FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women and men like you. And I'm here for Black people first. And I'm not advocating for every demographic or race or whatever in the United States of America. I only care about and am focused on dedicating my life to solving Black issues and the Black community, period. Right. And so we oftentimes, our voices, our needs, and our agenda often gets watered down and it becomes invisible, or it dissolves when we add in the interests and stuff of every other group, because every other racial group in this country is perpetrating anti-Black racism and white supremacy, and every other group outside of Black people in this country has a closer proximity to whiteness on the racial hierarchy, okay, which is within the ideology of white supremacy. Whiteness is ranked at the top. White people, white culture, white interests, white normalization is ranked at the top as being superior and more valuable and the standard or the norm. And every other racial group falls below on that hierarchy or on the racial ladder, right? And so within American society, you have whiteness at the top. Then you got Asians, they're seen as the model minority, which is closer to white people. And then you got everybody else in between with the, brown people, everyone else who ain't Black have a closer proximity to whiteness, and according, like however close you are to white people on this racial hierarchy within the lie of white supremacy, there are benefits, resources, and privileges afforded to every other group aside from Black people, and every other group perpetrates anti-Black racism onto us. Does every single person outside of Black people do that? No, but as a group, as a collective, we are being faced with anti-Black racism for everyone. So I'm here for Black people first and foremost and exclusively. That's all I care about right now. All right, shout out to everyone who's hitting the like button, who's tuned in to Fly Nubian Queen. I want to remind you all to go to our shop, visit our shop at shopfnq.com. That's shopfnq.com. So look, also within this article, I'm just going to read some more of it. I was reading from Gossip. This is the April 29th article after same article where I showed that clip where Diddy said that he was holding the Black vote. I wonder if when he made that announcement, like if he really meant it or if it was something that he was doing for clout, because he knows that, you know, Black people in the grassroots, we've been saying this forever. Shout out to, you know, the voices of Black media and the leaders, you know, who have been doing this work in independent Black media. You know, shout out to our brother Tariq Nasheed, Professor Black Truth, and Jason Black. All right. And so many other folk who've been, you know, sounding the alarm on this. Shout out to Dr. Claude Anderson. But either way, in this article, it says Diddy's position certain got its fair share. Certainly, boss up. That's a typo. Diddy's position certainly got its fair share of hell yes from the commenters. There was also a strong sentiment of disagreement and repudiation of Puffy's political policy. One of those in staunch opposition to Diddy's line of thinking is the aforementioned Kenny Burns. Diddy took Kenny's vehement disagreement very personally. Peep what happened next. So, you know, gossip gets into gossip. I don't really care about these two brothers going back and forth on this. They try to make that the point. The point I'm trying to bring up, because that is counterproductive also. And like, I'm not here to instigate beefs between Black men. It's just not necessary. But that's what gossip does, because again, they're the faux Black media. I brought up this article just to extrapolate the fact that Diddy did make a statement and said that he's holding the Black vote hostage. And then now the update to that is that he's telling us to vote Trump out of office, meaning to vote for Joe Biden. Now Diddy is saying that it would be irresponsible for him to use his platform to tell Black folks to hold their votes hostage when the priority should be getting Trump out of office. And also he's afraid that we're on the brink of a race war if Trump gets reelected. We're already in a race war. Bruh. Woo, I don't know, bruh. This is not a good look. This is not a good look for Black empowerment. And we don't need faux Black empowerment. We need real and consistent Black empowerment. That's what we need. That's what we demand. That's what we require. Okay. That's what we want. That's what we demand. That's what we need. That's what we require. Now, there's some other things that I want to bring to your attention about this election. Shout out to everyone who's tuned into the Lioness Den. Be sure to visit us at flynubianmoney.com and flynubianbusiness.com. Also, be sure to text the word Queens to 31996. That's Queens to 31996, and hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell. Look, aside from all the hoopla about and fear mongering and pandering to the Black vote, there's some other concerns around this election season. I just wanted to bring this to your attention. I'm just going to show you some headlines. This is out of the Griot. It says U.S. police chiefs are worried about armed men at polling stations. Police are feeling unprecedented pressure to preserve order at the polls. So we should expect a high police presence because people are threatening to show up to the polls armed and to monitor the polls. You know, 45 the Antichrist basically deputized, you know, his supporters. And Mike Pence didn't denounce that either. So clearly he's in support of it. You know, white folks will be deputized coming to the polls. We should expect armed. And they're saying they're going to do this to make sure that there's no voter fraud. But intimidating Black folks with guns, not a good look at the polls. So look, I am a voter. Okay, I vote. I don't tell people who to vote for, how to vote. I'm not going to shame people for not voting if you don't believe in the system. I am a voter, so I'm in no way telling people not to vote. What I am saying that if you go into the polls and voting in person, you need to be very, very cautious and mindful of this. And we need to get our elders to and from the polls safely. All right, so this is, I'll just read the first two paragraphs. It says, John Clare, the police chief of a rural town in Virginia, experienced a particularly hot summer with heavily armed militiamen along with other counter protesters turning up in droves and engaging in intense standoffs with the peaceful demonstrations of Black Lives Matter protesters. Quote, people will call me up and ask how I'm doing, Clare recalled. So he's basically saying, you know, it's already been a hot summer, and now that they're expecting these folks to show up to the polls now puts pressure on police chiefs and mayors to make sure that they have a high police presence to make sure nothing crazy pops off. Y'all can go ahead and look at this article in the Griot. Another thing that came out that I want to show you all is that Tyler Perry funds a Black voter initiative in Florida. This is out of News One. It says, despite Florida's historical disenfranchisement of Black voters, our voices will be heard whether we vote by mail or early, and quote Jasmine Barney Clark, founder of the Equal Ground Education Fund. So there are some initiatives to get Black folks out to the polls and to encourage them to vote. And so Tyler Perry is funding a Black voter initiative because, you know, voter suppression is real. Voter suppression is real and has historically been real. So this is another headline I wanted to bring to your attention. And the other thing is, it says coronavirus updates. I wasn't trying to look for no coronavirus updates. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay, this is what it is. This is another article that came out. It says, my people fought for the right to vote. With a surge of emotion, Black Americans rushed to the polls. So if you want to hear more about what the dominant society is saying about Black people and their participation in voting this year and trends around the country, this is an article you can take a look at. But interestingly, did y'all know? Yeah, TMZ reported this, but whatever. You know, I don't like TMZ. But look, it says Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? COVID, Trump, economy, racism. Add this to 2020. Asteroid could hit US day before election. So our brother, our astrophysicist, our expert, our Black expert, Neil deGrasse Tyson is saying that a major asteroid could hit the United States the day before the election, y'all. If that ain't God, the universe, and the ancestors, I don't know. So many things happening at the same damn time. What y'all think about this? Y'all, shout out to y'all. I see y'all in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I see some of these comments. Y'all are going off. Look, but anyway, look, y'all. It says Neil deGrasse Tyson is warning Earthlings an asteroid may be heading for our planet before election day. It's probably not going to kill us, but maybe something else will. The famed astrophysicist posted a photo of the giant rock hurtling toward Earth with the caption, Asteroid 2018 VP1, a refrigerator-sized space rock is hurtling towards us at more than 25,000 miles per hour. This is what he posted, y'all. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and read the tweet. It says, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Asteroid 2018 VP1, a refrigerator-sized space rock is hurtling towards us at more than 25,000 miles per hour. It may buzz cut Earth on November 2nd, the day before the presidential election, but it's not big enough to cause harm. So if the world ends in 2020, it won't be the fault of the universe. Yeah, so this is what he tweeted. So it says, he goes on to say it could have a brush with Earth in an ominous time, quote, and maybe buzz cut Earth on November the 2nd. But look, y'all, what did y'all think about this? Like, what if, look, this is 2020, anything goes at this point. I'm like waiting for, every day I'm like looking out the window, I'm like looking for the wheel that Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talks about all the time. I'm looking for the wheel to show up. I'm looking for some extraterrestrial beings. I'm looking for UFOs and what they call them now, unidentified aerial phenomenon. That's UAPs. That's the new term for UFOs, unidentified aerial phenomena or unidentified flying objects. I'm looking for all of that. This is 2020. I'm just like, okay, look, we're here. So many things happening. And remember that the pandemic they say that the numbers in the pandemic are surging. So many things to talk about, many things to consider, many things to discuss, many things going on at the same damn time. And we have people telling us to hold our vote in one instance, then turning around, backtracking and say, vote, 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 right? Vote, vote, vote. We got people who are unapologetically Black advocating for exclusive agendas that are going to empower the Black community. Shout out to our brother Ice Cube. Let's protect our brother Ice Cube at all costs. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do. Do what is in the best interest for you and your family, and vote in a way that makes you feel empowered, whether you choose to vote, who you vote for, or not vote at all. I'm not using this platform or I've never told anyone how to vote or how to think or what to do. I can only be in integrity with what I do and just share my life experiences and some of my thoughts with you all. But I am a voter. I vote consistently. So you all do what you want to do. Do you, but just be empowered and have an informed decision. That's all I want to come in here and say. Somebody said, wash your hands 2020. Yeah, wash your hands and you know what I'm saying? All of that. Let's not be super spreaders like the Antichrist in the White House. All right, y'all. Be sure to go to allblacknationalconvention.com. That's allblacknationalconvention.com. Get your tickets. Come join us for the 5th annual All Black National Convention. COVID-19 is not going to stop us. We're going to be in the house from Friday to Sunday of this week. Be sure to go over to All Black National Convention. This is our virtual All Black National Convention held October 23rd to the 25th. Just a couple days, y'all, and just a couple more days, couple more weeks to the election, and just a couple more months until 2021. It's been a hell of a ride, hasn't it? All right, y'all. I love you all so much. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to everyone in the digital building, everyone who donated to Super Chat. You're going to find us here this week in the Lioness Den. I have a special announcement right quick. Lioness Den, 12 p.m. Eastern time. 12 p.m. Eastern time at FlyNubianQueenTV.com, which is our YouTube channel. Guess what? There was a finale last night of Lovecraft Country. And so y'all already know me and the brother, Dr. Cleo Monago, have been talking about Lovecraft and all of these different agendas and topics and themes that play throughout. Thank you so much, Andrew Perry, for your generous contribution to FlyNubianQueen.com. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. But look, Dr. Cleo Monago and I'm going to round out. I'm going to finish watching Lovecraft. I'm going to co-host a radio show tonight. But after that, I'm going to finish up, episode 8, 9, and 10, which is the season finale. And we are going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this in the Lioness Den tomorrow, which is good because I need a break from all this political stuff. But everything is political. I'm sure some political things are going to show up in the last 3 episodes. But join Dr. Monago and I to continue to expose these white supremacist themes and agendas as played out within Lovecraft Country. So you'll see us tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern time at FlyNubianQueenTV.com, which is our YouTube channel. Oh, thank you, Helen. Listen, y'all are turning up in the chat so hard. So look, see us tomorrow. We're going to talk about this stuff, and I'll jump into a bit, some more Black topics and politics this week. And then we will be at the All Black National Convention this week. Oh, and I'm excited. This is an aside. This is just a little personal. Got a new copy, another copy of Powernomics, and I'm excited to be in the Powernomics Masterclass through the Black Business School with Dr. Claude Anderson. I'm excited because I don't know if y'all know this about me, if you're just learning about me and my content. I'm a student of life and a scholar. So I take it upon myself to go above and beyond and out of my way to learn from our elders while they're here. So you will see me taking classes from a lot of the, the pillars of B1 philosophy, Black first, philosophy, and politics and economics and activism and organizers and all that good stuff. And so, I took 2 courses with Dr. Joy DeGruy, a spring course on post-traumatic slavery syndrome. And then I took a summer course with her. And we talked about using a model to solve problems within the Black community based off of, some models that she created, which is really, really dope, and a research project I'm working on right now. And now I get to study under Dr. Claude Anderson, which is great. And, I'm consistently studying under my Professor Baina Bello, who was also featured in 1804, who is an expert on the Haitian Revolution as well as Voodoo. And we talk about what it means to be a revolutionary and the different ways that we need to prepare ourselves, right? Mind, body, and spirit, in terms, to evoke change and to be, heroes and sheroes in these times. So you'll see me on with quite a few folk, learning from our old folk because they're passing the torch and we are the torchbearers. We are the future. All right, so I'm going to end this broadcast now. Make sure you visit our shop at shopfnq.com. Make sure you subscribe to us. Make sure you sign up for notifications at by texting the word Queens to 31996. That's Queens with an S to 31996. All right, this broadcast is ending, but so is global racism and white supremacy. We will and we must trample this beast through fortitude, preparedness, and collectivism. And always remember that they stole us, they sold us, so they owe us. Until next time, family, peace and Black power.